So, as you know, I'm a big fan of, let's cut to the chase because I can chat with you all night, but that's not what you're here for, right? So let me make sure I will be getting tonight's presentation pulled up, and I kind of made a mess out of it. Let's see. It took it 20 minutes ago. Or was at grandma's house. So, all right, I think we're good. Let's see. There it is. All right. All right, good. All right, so every Monday inside the Hyper-Local Real Estate Agent, we are discovering and discussing one tactic that you guys can use to make sure that you can leverage your business even further, right? So one of the things we're going to talk about tonight is the 14 ways to get seller leads. Okay, so really excited. We're going to talk about how to engage your prospects in 14 different ways, collect the leads, and position yourself as a neighborhood expert. So, question: who in here is offering a free CMA? So drop it in the comments. Let me know, hands up. Let me know about me. I do it. Who offers a free CMA to their prospects? Can drop it in, give me a heart, let me know, yes, we do this. And property value is something that we determine. Yes, I see all the hearts coming in, I see all the me, yes. It's determined by a few things. We're talking about location, market, the condition, the neighborhood itself, and the age of the property, right? So that is all making up the value of it. So I know a couple of you guys are brand new. So CMA stands for Comparative Market Analysis. What's my home worth, right? And yes, everybody is doing them when it comes to real estate, right? They are the easiest thing. That's why we go on listing presentations. People want us to sit down with them and tell them, hey, this is what your house is worth. So give me about 20 minutes and I will reveal to you all 14 ways, but it gets better. I thought, you know what? It's really hard sometimes to just remember it all. How about I give you guys an exclusive checklist at the end that has everything on it? How's that sound? Are you guys as excited as I am about this? Because I'm like, if I'm like attending a training and then the person says, okay, great, that was good. Hope you made all your notes. And I'm like, no, I was in the middle of, trying to get my kids to bed and fold laundry and make dinner. And I didn't write down anything. And I remember about 3 things of them. Like, no, I didn't want any of that happening to you guys. Okay. So 14 ways to use a free CMA. And at the end, I will make sure you guys know how to get that checklist downloaded so you can print it out, you can hang it over your desk and use it. Sound good? So let's start real quick, just backing up, and bear with me if you are around for, the last 3 months or more in real estate. I just want to bring everybody up to speed. What is a free CMA landing page is one of the things that I want to discuss real quick. And I'm sure you've seen it online. There is a little, website that you pull up, and it is just saying, how much is your home worth? How much is your home worth? Get an instant property value now. So, and then you enter your address, or the address you're curious about. You put it in there, and then you click get report, right? And then instead of just giving you the report right away, what happens? You're prompted to leave your email and your name, right? And it's like, hey, cool, we got your report. How should we get it to you? Let me know your email and I will send it to you, right? And this is the basics of a CMA landing page, guys. This is the basic of landing page. You want something? I will give that to you in exchange for contact information, right? So this is kind of how it works. And this is an automated model. Now you can say, okay, I go and do my CMAs by hand. I can tell you right now that you should be looking at something that can do it for you. And I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying you are exchanging something instantly for their email, okay? like a ballpark, kind of like an instant Zestimate. Yes, I hate the Zestimates too, but we're living in a time where people are just needing this instant, I want it and I want it now. And our job is really just to create that bridge right now where we can get it from I want it and I want it now to here is it. However, let me also talk to you about a couple things that you might not be aware of, right? And how do we do that? We have a direct link to them by getting their contact information. So a market evaluation can be requested via phone, via email, website. You have many of you have on your website that tab for, sellers or selling. So this way, if you are going on your website and you click that link, you are most likely going to see wondering what your home is worth, request a free market evaluation, or you might call them differently in your market here. CMAs, market reports. I mean, there's so many different names. What it is really what's my home worth, right? And those are the most common ones. So phone, email, website, like I said, that little like seller tab on it, because there's also, like the buyer tab and the about me tab and contact me and communities. And there's so many different tabs on our website, but there's a selling tab. And then landing pages. So here's the thing. Lead generation should be scalable. Okay, that's really important to remember. So if we go back and we're looking at how can they be requested, how many phone calls do you guys think you can do, right? I can tell you without a screaming child in the background, I can probably do 5 in the morning. And that's if I sneak away with, I don't know, candy thrown at them. Or how many emails can you send? How many emails can you send to say, hey, I want a CMA, and you're going to be email replying back? How many do you think you can do, right? Website, somebody's going on your website saying, hey, I'd like to have a free CMA. Can you call me? Can you email me? Can you meet with me? How many of those do you think you can do? Okay, so that is why I'm saying your lead generation should be scalable. If it's something that can be given to them instantly without you being involved, that's scalable. Are we everybody with me so far? Are we good on this? Let me know in the comments. Give me a like, a love. Let me make sure we're all on the same page so far, because then up next, we will be diving into the 14 ways to generate the listing leads. Okay, so number 1, you have that online listing link, what's my home worth, for something that you can request. How about you just enter it into your email signature? Build a link in your email signature. It is really that simple. You send out as an agent thousands and thousands of emails, right? I mean, we market everything. So then why not just put it in your email? And I'm not just talking your work email, okay? If you are differentiating between your personal email and your work email, you might have more than one. I'm just telling you, treat your email signature very much alike, okay? I'm not saying you have to be all salesy on your personal one. However, I also do not see an issue with saying, hey, you want to know what your house is worth? You can get access by clicking directly here. Okay, so that is one of the first ways that you can make sure that you are always out there and out front to make sure you can have potential leads coming to you. Because I don't know about you guys, but I hate chasing people down for business. It feels just not right. Okay, so I love when people are just saying, you know what, I want to know how much my home is worth, because it opens that door for conversation up. So personally, I love this. Number 2, create a flyer with a free home evaluation as an offer, and then walk the neighborhood. So what do I mean by that? This is really just who in here likes to, get creative and put a cute little flyer together. And instead of saying, concert here or backyard barbecue bash here, you're saying, hey neighbors, there's been a ton of activity in our neighborhood. If you're wondering what your home is worth in today's market, you can go here and then just enter that link as a website, okay? So this is one of the best ways for you to direct them and say, hey, you want to go here. For example, let's see, mine would, for example, could be JanineSasso.com/selling. Do you think they can type that in? I think they can type that in. If you want to get fancy, we can talk about, different ways to like buy a domain. And I don't want to like scare you guys away here right now, but there's different ways for you to make your website work for you that you already have. And then just make them type in those few words. They can type in yourname.com/selling or whatever, it is that you're using to drive them to this specific site on the internet. Okay. And if there's uncertainties or unclarities here, please let me know. I'd be happy to dive back into it a little bit more. And yes, I'm saying walk the neighborhood because first off, I want to discuss all the things that you can do if you have literally zero marketing budget, if you are really wanting to turn around and get some business going. This is the most, like hands-on approach. And I'm not saying go door knock because who wants to have somebody knock at their door these days, right? But I'm saying you can just leave little door hangers on it. You can tie it with rubber band around their door handle, their banisters. And if you have the marketing covered from the printing at your office, this can be 100% free. Okay, guys? So I want to really make sure we are covering all ends. We're going to talk about a couple different ones later, but I want to make sure we're talking about the free ones. Most of all first, okay? So this is definitely something that anybody can do, and it doesn't require you door knocking. So I just want to be really clear on that. Sound good so far? So other thing we can do is just that link we have, right? JanineSasso.com/selling. We could just put that on a postcard, right? That's easy enough. If you're sending out any kind of postcard already, why not put something on there that is saying, by the way, it's not just, hey, I just listed this house. Well, that's great. By the way, how much is your home worth? Go here and find out. Hey, I just sold this house. How much is yours home worth now? Glad you asked. Go here and find out. There's a lot of ways for you guys to just always make sure you put your link in a form of, www.janinesasso.com/selling, which is, by the way, not my one, just in case you're wondering. But I'll get into the why you're not getting my one right now in a minute. But this way, it is just, something else for them to take an action on. Because believe me, if they are interested in anything real estate, they will not only look at that postcard, but they will find that call to action. Okay, make sense? We're good? Let me know in the comments if we're good so far, because then we're going to get to number 4. You can also put a link in any of your social media posts, guys, okay? And this is one that I find is the easiest to do, and it is one of the most overlooked ones, really. Because if I'm saying, I'm so happy my clients just found their perfect home in this subdivision, wouldn't it make sense to then just say, by the way, this subdivision has been in crazy demand, and if you're wondering what your home is worth, go here, right? And this can be anything. This can be, we're all putting out our content. Like, I have so many of you guys on my personal Facebook feed. Like, I see the content that you're putting out. You guys are busy working out there right now. I see that the market is on fire, and I see the posts saying, just listed, just sold, new listing coming up. My clients are under contract, new buyers I'm working with, and if they're looking somewhere, they're looking here. Do you know somebody needing to sell? Home's value are, increased by a ton. Get your value right here instantly. Drop it in there, guys. There's nothing that you can lose from it, okay? Actually, you're just going to gain a lot. But then again, I'm going to tell you that in a minute. Bethany, I see your question. I will talk to you guys about the tool that I personally use in a minute. So I'll make sure I'll have it at the end. I'm not pitching it. It's not my, it's just the software that I end up using because my brokerage has it. But it is available for, you know, any agent. I can tell you that much. It's not a brokerage specific one. It just turns out that my brokerage is paying for that tool, but there's a lot of them out there. I'll get you that one. Sound good? Number 5, run ads online. Okay, so we're getting a little bit more into the, hey, you got a little bit of money to spend? Let's talk about it. You can run ads online. You can direct someone to your link by presenting them with a form of advertisement. That can be, you know, Google pay-per-clicks, that can be Facebook, that can be anywhere that you know your ideal seller lead might be hanging out on. Okay, so it's really just our job to make sure we are advertising and spending our advertising budget somewhere that is getting seen by our ideal seller client. Okay, so there's the one. Run ads was kind of an obvious one, so I wanted to make sure we covered it very early on. Number 6, and that's a fun one. So we were kind of chuckling on Friday during the team meeting when we discussed it, but billboards. Okay, like billboards. Let's just talk about billboards. I mean, they're pretty amazing, right? Not saying on a vain perspective that, you know, who doesn't want to have their face up on like a 30-foot billboard, but on a perspective of like, you really are getting seen in so many ways. And now I'm not just talking billboards, but what about a lot of, I know an agent in my area right now that does a bus stop. I've been to the city of Chicago, I'm in the Chicago market. So I've been to the city of Chicago a few weeks back, and I've seen agents that are on the benches, you know, the benches by the bus stops. So I'm not just talking huge billboards, but any form of like, you know, billboard, bus stops, those benches. I mean, there's a lot of ways for us to buy marketing space. How about the grocery carts? Like, how many of you guys have gotten the call of like, hey, you know, we're presenting a whatever, and we can advertise you in your local grocery store, right? It's like, okay, great. So, but here's the thing, guys. It's not just about putting your name and your face on that billboard, that bus stop, that bench, that grocery cart. It is about what we call the call to action. What are you asking them to do? So when they're at the bus stop and they're waiting, right? And they're just going to look at your face. Like, that's great. How about you dare them and just tell them, I dare you to find out what your neighbor's home is worth, or what your home is worth, right? And then just have that link. Again, we're going to just say JanineSasser.com/selling, or a private domain. But again, we'll keep it simple right now. Have that up there and just direct them to it. They're waiting anyways on something. They might as well be seeing, you know, spending their time and checking out what you have to offer, right? I mean, you're on a billboard or you're on a bus stop, so you got to be trustable, right? They don't let anybody up there. They will, but we won't tell them that. So it's just a matter of, you know, how do you position yourself in front of the right people at all times? Are we good so far? Because number 7 is market your free CMA as a next step of another offer. So what do I mean by this? So for example, I personally do a staging guide. Okay, so a free staging guide, if you are getting ready to sell your house, that would probably be something that is of value to you, right? So if you're looking for a free staging guide, just give me your name and your email, and I'll email it to you, okay? Now that they've done that, and they're like, yeah, I need that free staging guide, right? I'm like, what if I just put in that link? And this one, honestly, guys, I wasn't even aware of at first. So when we like covered some of that, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I have to do that. Like this is just making so much sense right now. So if you are entering them from like an email and a name, hey, you want your free staging guide? Give me this. I'll give you that in exchange. And then your thank you page of like, hey, thanks for requesting this, is on your way to the inbox, or I will mail it out to you, whatever you do. But instead of just saying thanks, see you later, what about saying thanks so much, but hold up, I'm not done yet. How about you find out what your home is worth right now, right here, by going to this website link, right? Piggyback it off. They're already in the habit of like putting things together, right? Why not add now to their name and their email the address? That would be pretty powerful, guys. Do you see that? So, because we're halfway through. So let me know in the comments right now, so far that we're good. So just, thumbs up. Let me know if we're all okay on that. Because then we're going to dive into the next one, which is number 8. Do you own or belong to a neighborhood marketing group? Because let me cover this one first. So if you are belonging to a neighborhood marketing group, sometimes you will find something that they call Marketing Monday. They will allow group members to market their own businesses to their group members on a specific day of the week, on a specific, like date itself. So check it out and see if you're starting to see some of that. Your Marketing Monday post can always be enhanced by saying, hey, not only am I living in your neighborhood, super familiar with the homes, but I also have a free gift for you, which is an instant home evaluation tool that you can use here, right? Drop in the link and have your target market following it. Okay, guys, this is like the most like hyper local way to do that. I can tell you, I do it in my own marketing group, my own neighborhood group for Marketing Monday, and which is, by the way, today. So I got to go back in there after this live, and it's not going to be a CMA link I'm going to drop. I'm going to drop something else for them, but it is a link. They will follow it, and I get to track all of that. So not cutting it, but this is kind of how it works. Now, what if you don't have a neighborhood group yet? And guys, this is one you really should consider, like, what if I make one? What if you make one? And the reason they are so powerful is because neighbors want to help neighbors. People, especially right now, people love to feel connected. People love the community. People have seen their community as like a stronghold now more than ever. So if like there's nothing around, my community has nothing that, I'm aware of, create something. Okay, create something and invite them in there. And if you need some guidance on it, let me know in the comments. I will be circling back through them of how to start your own neighborhood marketing group. But this is an opportunity for you to create. Hey, it's Marketing Monday. Do you own any of those? I don't know. Do you own like what's that crazy wrap thing that people used to do? Or one of my friends loves Plexus health products, right? There is, I don't know, do you own a gym, or are you, whatever business there is, have it dropped in your Marketing Monday and then promote your own on Marketing Monday as well. Number 9, and this one I think is a little controversial, but you could add a sign in front of an open house you're having. So if you're in an area where you can do open houses, if you love doing your open houses, you could just go out and print a, big corrugated plastic sign. It's got to be pretty decent size to capture interest, not just by people walking by, but by people driving by. And then have them say something along the lines of, we are so happy our seller called us for his free CMA. You can get your own instantly here. And then just have this website on that corrugated plastic sign for the people that do not want to stop at the open house, the people walking by. Guys, we're all walking with our phones these days. We're all having our phones on us. We can pull up a website if we're really interested. Oh yeah, we just talked about, we really could consider selling. So why not just check it out, right? I don't have to go into the open house to talk to her. I can just plug in that website she has in front of the open house. Does that make sense? So, and then the inside part, what if you had a little, like a stand-up thing on the kitchen counter, and you can then just say, hey, thanks so much for visiting the open house. Our seller, and just have that in like a smaller format. Our seller did the right thing and called us. But you can do this instantly by going here, right? Just make it easy for them to follow the prompts. So you can utilize your open houses, utilize the traffic, because did you know that most people that are walking into an open house, they are not just necessarily buyers, but many of them are sellers. So why not give them what they want? Because we're not necessarily saying, hey, you want to buy a house. We're having the wrong conversation with them sometimes, okay? So having that there helps them get into the right kind of conversation with us. Number 10, any of you guys doing videos here? Let me know in the comments who does videos. Raise your hand. Because this one came from one of my team members, because I'm preaching video to her left and right and wherever I can. And she said, okay, what if you're always talking about a call to action? I always need to say something that I want them to do at the end of my video. You know, leave me a like, leave me a comment, share my video. What if I say that they want their own, you know, they should go get their free CMA? I'm like, this is ingenious. I'm like, I was so happy when she said that. And I'm like, yes, I'm like, you're getting it. This is what you should be doing. So at the end of the video, if you're doing videos, you know, just say, hey, it's Janine Sasso, and I'm touring this amazing home right here in this beautiful subdivision. So let's tour this. Here's the master, here's the kitchen, here's this. They've remodeled it. Price point of this listing right now is $400,000. Now, I bet you wonder what your home is worth. Well, don't worry about it. You can go here and you can get your instant home evaluation. No hassle, totally free, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Right? You see how it just went into this whole, like, thanks so much, this was something of interest, but by the way, here's what you need to do next. You just give them, like, you know, baby steps. Okay, we're always all going up the ladder and we all want to go like 3 rungs at a time, but it's like, give them one step, right? One step at a time. So now that they watched our video, we want to say, okay, go here. So number 11, who remembers still Craigslist? Because I can tell you, it still works. You can insert a link to a free home evaluation on a Craigslist ad, okay? And this works if you're promoting listings there, and I'm not saying you're gonna have tens of thousands of people. It is just another form for you to do it, and best of all, it is free, okay? So you can just drop that link in there, and then say, you know what, here's a house, check out 123 Main Street, blah, 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 blah. I got this. Want to find out what your home is worth and need to know the price point, go here, right? So this way you can tie it all together, and you can make sure you're also not just advertising, but you're also prospecting, okay? Number 12, add a sign writer underneath your real estate signs with the link. So if I have a listing and I order a sign writer, I would probably want to make sure that that sign writer is, you know, it's a short kind of URL that I want to send them to. So a short URL, for example, would be www.cma.com. You know, that would be short. Or www.selling and then your county, right? Or your town. Something small, so it would fit on the writer. But you can definitely put that on the writer of your real estate listings. Again, you have the drive-by traffic. You do have the walking by people. And that writer, you can just hang it over years to, like, you know, go from one listing to the next to make sure it goes everywhere. Like, there is like no end to what usage you can get out of that. And all you need is really to get that one person out of it, right? Like, if I have one sign writer and I get one sale out of that one, would it be worth it? And for me personally, if I have one sign writer that I ordered and I paid $4 for that sign writer to go underneath my real estate signs that are already up there anyways, like, would that one person be like worth that $4? Heck yeah, I do that, right? So number 13, how about a car magnet? And fun fact, I had one and I didn't have a call to action on there. So I'm revising mine. So I'm kind of in the middle of some of that. But a car magnet, I'm not saying that you have to get your entire car wrapped, right? You can, if that's, you know, if you really like to go all in, you can get your car wrapped. I have an agent in my marketplace that does it, and I can tell you people know that car. But if you just wanted a car magnet, you can go to a company like Vista Print, and they can print car magnets for you. Now, I'm just saying, don't just put your name and phone number on there, because it's not going to get you anywhere. but make sure you have like a way for them to be like, hey, by the way, you want to know what your home is worth? Go to, and then just drop that link there. You're going to the grocery store, you're going to pick up your kids from school, you're going to be, I don't know, doing a drive-through, wherever you're going, you're doing showings. People see it, okay? So why not advertise it along the way? This is like passive advertisement. You pay for it once, you get that comment, and by the way, they're super, super cheap. You do it once, you slap it on your car. If you're a crazy driver, you just have to pull it together because it's the most common one, or you just take it off if you're having one of those days, right? But then again, just leave it. I can tell you, by the way, fun story about the car magnets. This is how I found my attorney that I have now used for 4 years, and actually just got last week from them a $500,000 listing lead, okay? And it all started based from the relationship of a car magnet, okay? So I'm really excited about seeing some of that in action. So I can tell you, they work in like ways you can't even, like start thinking of. So it's really cool. All right, so this brings me then to number 14, which is the last one. And this one, we started talking about the coffee shops, because now we're seeing to, we had a conversation of like, oh, you should just sit in a coffee shop and like have a sign there saying real estate agent. I'm like, okay, if I see somebody sitting there having coffee with a laptop open saying, I'm a realtor, ask me anything, I'd be like, yeah, cool, whatever, no. However, if I'm sitting there and that laptop had something prominently like slapped on it of like, I see you looking, but don't worry, I made it easy for you to find out what your home is worth without even saying hi, and then just prompt them to that, website. There's just so many creative ways for us to really drive them to where we want them to be. That's like super, super easy. And the best part of it, most of the stuff we talked about tonight was just really simple. Do you agree? Like most of the stuff we talked about should be straightforward to implement. So real quick, I know there's a lot of brand new faces. My name is Janine Sasso. I do have a team of agents that I lead, and I'm an active realtor myself. I do run a 6-figure real estate business, and I'm a hyperlocal marketing machine. I love everything marketing that you can think of. I'm the founder of the Hyperlocal Real Estate Agent, so welcome to the group. I built my business with 0 sphere, and I'm a busy mom of 2 little kids, so I do understand that time constraints are no joke. And here's what's next. I promised you a list of 14 ways to drive traffic to your CMA offers. Okay, so everything you talked about tonight, I put it together for you in a checklist, and it is an instant download that is going to be delivered to you right there on the site. I put it under bit.ly/14 ways to seller leads. Let me see if I drop it in the comments. Bear with me. And then if you had any questions, drop them in the comments. I know Bethany had one, which was, what CMA service am I using? Sorry, typing and talking is not working out well tonight. What CMA service I'm using is Cloud CMA. Okay, I use Cloud CMA for that. So there's a lot of other ones out there. I like Cloud CMA because A, it's free to me, and B, it is integrating seamlessly with everything that I needed to integrate to. Okay, I think I got it typed right. So again, there's other ones out there. I'm not promoting that one way or the other. I don't know if I did that right. I think I did. If not, I'll update the description for the link too. But this is how you can get the entire list of the 14 ways we covered to get listing leads.